my kakao, a come by the curtain call, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. The long theatrical drought at King Kekaulike Center for Performing Arts caused by the pandemic finally came to an end as the Period 1 Intermediate and Advanced Acting class combined to present Maybe Baby, It's You, a rom-com about finding the one. It was created as a vehicle for the writer-actors Charlie Shanian and Shari Simpsonʻs in 1999, where it had a 3-week run over the summer at the off-Broadway house Curricon Theater. It then moved to the Soho Playhouse off-Broadway till December 1999, and then opened at the theater at St. Luke's. Then it went on to a rather extended run at Upstairs at the Coronet. Tori Spelling took over from Ms. Simpson and received rather good notices. Since then, it has been produced regionally and in many community theaters, as well as school groups. The play is a series of 11 two-person skits that director Chris Kepler has added actors wherever he can to expand the scope of the show. It explores the search for the one true love just about everyone has experienced. The show opened with Wishlist. Jai Sternhall as the man and Eva Jarman as the woman start out with an extensive list of characteristics they are seeking in the one. While the play continues and the clock accelerates and ticks down, their criteria gets less and less rigorous and selective, until, as desperation takes over, they are willing to accept anything on 2 legs as long as she loves me. The next one is a series of 3 scenes about Ron, Kanani de Contreras, who is the best man at a wedding. When Cindy, Ashley Alejo, finds out he is a brain surgeon, it sparks her interest. However, Ron, shall we say, not only has 2 left feet, he is downright dangerous on the dance floor. In his second scene in the middle of the play, My Heart Will Go On, Ellen, Luna Graham Milligan, starts to dance with Ron, and everything appears normal. Then Ron starts with his special steps and succeeds in alienating everyone on the stage, including an elderly woman in a wheelchair, played by Sachi Piernair, who is so afraid of dancing with Ron, she miraculously gets up from her wheelchair and flees in panic. Terrific cameo. His final scene, Heart to Heart, takes place at the stage of the reception, where the bouquet and garter are tossed to the maidens and bachelors in the hall. Harriet McKenna Hartwick gets the bouquet and is faced with the prospect of dancing with Ron in the traditional dance for the garter and bouquet catchers. The DJ, who is acting as an MC, played by Isaiah Welling Krebs, energetically cajoles, shames, encourages, and finally succeeds in getting them to agree. And Harriet is the partner Ron has been waiting for. She takes over, and her steps are even more awkward than his. It is a perfect ending to the show. In Eliminator, Audrey, Dakota Welch, is a brainy junior high feminist who is informed she must have a partner for her science project, despite her cogent anti-male protestations to the contrary. She is presented with a series of male candidates by Tiana Kitashima as Miss Berkey. She proceeds to freak Ralphie, Isaiah Welling Krebs, out. Then Vinny, Mark Goodmanson, a tough guy who Audrey uses reverse psychology on. She comes onto him and lets him know, after they have children, she will devour him like a female spider does. This causes him to go screaming to Miss Burpee. Davy, Rohan Faland, shows up with a pea shooter, which Audrey uses against him and leaves almost immediately in panic. Finally, Lincoln Mello Heinrich demonstrates a matching intellect to Audrey, and she succumbs to it and him, giving him the first slice of their frog. Ms. Welch created a brilliant young feminist whose weapon against males is her intellect and intense sarcasm. In Blinding Date, Paul Austin Guerrero has a blind date with Medea, Anna de Paulez. Yes, that Medea, the murderous, vengeful character created by Euripides in the 5th century BC. This is one of the more creative of the vignettes. Ms. de Paulez has wonderful sides when the light changes and she connects with her inner demons. While Paul tries to make the best of it, Medea is having a meltdown. Dream Lovers finds Elaine, Natalie Zubin, sitting at a TGI Fridays on a Thursday, hoping to meet the man of her dreams. And I don't mean that figuratively. She fully expects to meet this man she's been dreaming about in this place. Adding to the atmosphere was Frank Stone playing guitar. In walks Diego, Mark Goodmanson, straight out of Leading Man Central Casting, complete with unbuttoned shirt revealing a most masculine chest. He also has been dreaming of the one. They proceed to share their dreams. Ms. Zubin is quite insistent about the need for Diego to conform to the characteristics displayed in her dream. In her dream, his name is Pedro. As Mr. Goodmanson dejectedly departs, having been rejected, he remembers he had a chihuahua named Pedro. She suspects he isn't the one from her dreams, reveals she has been there for hundreds of Thursdays, and knows sooner or later Pedro will show up. I Do presents a wind-up bride, Isabel Guzman, and groom, Austin Guerrero. In this one, we get to witness every marriage cliché as we observe them recite their vows over many years. We see them in couples therapy, the honeymoon where little trifles begin to appear, their first week home where the trifles begin to fester. The years pass, and then we get to rough patches. Both actors did believable wind-up dolls. Their movements seemed to be in sync with each other, and this significantly enhanced the effect. Into the Fire featured Betty Russo as Lizette, and Joe was Jai Sternthal. This was a takeoff on the film noir genre. Try as she might to resist, Joe proves to be a real charmer who is a seductive kisser. Mr. Sternthal then proceeds to disrobe down to his undershirt and boxer shorts. Ms. Russo comes on in a slip, and they go through the dysfunctional married couple traumas, much to the audience's delight. Anniversary, Shirley Kepler as Anne and Duke Ottman as Michael was next. This anniversary dinner starts out fine and goes downhill, with Anne professing her love and Michael doubting they are soulmates. Ms. Kepler found a truth in this character far beyond her years, and when she hesitantly begins to sing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, we feel her pain and her desperation. Ms. Kepler sang this chestnut in a way I have never heard. It was a stunning theatrical moment that elevated the scene beyond a high school production. Bravissima. In Once Upon a Time, a divorced elderly couple, Marie, Sachi Piernier, and Frank, Ethan, Ida, sit next to each other at their grandson's soccer game. They have several moments where they are both speaking simultaneously. This is very difficult to do, and they handled it beautifully. Mr. Ida had a microphone problem, and Ms. Piernier handled it without breaking character, and when asked by Mr. Ida, quote, "Now, where are we?" unquote, she got him right back on track. This was handled so smoothly, it almost seemed like part of their scene. This was another very mature moment. These skits were fun for the actors and the audience. Kudos to the actors who were able to project and enunciate clearly despite having on plexiglass masks. The look of the show, the tuxes for the young men and lovely dresses for the women, was achieved by Michaela Fujita and the entire cast. Ms. Fujita was also the assistant director. It's good to have theater back at King Kekaulike High School. Mark your calendars for Midsummer Night's Dream in January. March will be the beginning acting and creative dance showcase, and the spring musical will be another production of Lady Pirates of Captain Bree. They will be live streaming all of their productions. Visit King Kekaulike Dramaʻs on Facebook for updates and details. They had the 2020 edition of their Hoku Arts magazine that had a wonderful essay by Sally Sefton Johnston entitled Writing in the Sand, where she discusses the transitory nature of the performance and contrasts it with the lasting experience and memories. Quote, "Though the sand shifts and the memories fade, the growth of all of us in this world of make-believe is lasting." Unquote. Ms. Sefton Johnston will be directing the Tennessee Williams classic A Streetcar Named Desire, produced by Pro Arts, Curtain Call Productions, and Tom Blackburn Rodriguez in March and April. Auditions are Saturday the 11th from 11 to 2 p.m. and Sunday the 12th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Go to proartsmaui.com audition to sign up for the audition. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo nui loa for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho.